Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for this morning's practice at Mystic Fitness. My name is Erin, and I'll be guiding you through your class today. So you may or may not need a block for today's practice. I always suggest bringing one with you to your mat, just in case. If you don't have blocks at home, you could always use anything else just to bring the floor up a little higher for you. Stack of books, even a small stool could work for you. So for today's practice, our theme today will be a heart opening practice. This not only can mean to physically open the muscles and the ligaments and tendons in the chest, upper back, and shoulders, but it can also mean finding some love, some forgiveness in the heart for yourself, for others, for whatever. And then the bonus gift of finding that forgiveness is being able to let go and no longer carrying that burden with you. So, with that intention in mind today, let's begin. Find yourself in your easy seat, sitting on your mat with your legs folded in front of you. If you're not feeling very comfortable here, you can elevate yourself either up on a rolled blanket, a pillow, or a block to start to allow your knees to be able to spread down closer to your mat. Once you've found a place where you feel pretty comfortable, you'll allow your eyes to float closed. Let's bring your hands onto your knees. Start to find the breath here, taking inhales through your nose and out through the nose. Inhaling down into the belly, let the belly get big, and then simply release the breath. As you inhale, the belly rises. And as you exhale, just notice the belly start to sink back down to where it started. Inhaling down into the belly, let it fill. And exhale, just noticing how it sinks back in. We'll get several more gentle breaths here. Sitting up as tall as you can. Allowing the shoulders to start to drop away from the ears. Bringing your awareness to the belly as you breathe in and out. Continue here with these soft breaths. Maybe each time you're able to get a little more air in there, and then we let it all go. We'll start to bring a little more power here on the exhales whenever you're ready with the next one. We'll still inhale down into the belly, let it get big. But now as you exhale, begin to engage the pelvic floor and abdominal muscles to help press all the air upward. Inhale down into the belly, let it get big. As you exhale, contract pelvic floor and abdominal muscles to help press the air upward and outward. Let's stay here. Just noticing that subtle difference. Relax on every inhale. On every exhale, we're contracting deep core pelvic floor muscles upward. Notice how you're doing this as you breathe out. You're providing more support for the low spine, and you might be able to sit up a little taller. Let's get 3 more. Two more. And one more. Good. Let's float the eyes open. And we'll just start to softly, continuing to breathe here, move yourself a little bit from side to side. So you can lose a little bit of that strong exhale, but still breathing mindfully down into the belly, filling it up And then releasing it all the way out. And we're just starting to let the hips find a little ease. Your head can kind of sway a bit side to side. Just getting a little bit of a side stretch in as you move side to side. And we'll just get another few here. Maybe contracting the low belly just a bit on the exhales. Good. Now let's come to the center. Roll the shoulders down. On your next breath in, let's open the arms up. Really stretch yourself out. And as you exhale, you're going to give yourself a hug. Hold opposite shoulders maybe. Pull just a little bit to open the upper back and tuck the chin. Let's inhale, open the arms open and then up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lower belly draws inward and upward. Let's get a few more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Rock back just slightly. Inhale, open and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, hug, hold shoulders. Inhale, open and up. Exhale, hands, heart, sit up nice and tall. Our final round here, inhale. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open up. All the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sit up super tall, pressing your thumb knuckles against the center of the chest. Allow your eyes to close here. Continuing to breathe mindfully. Taking a moment to seal in the intention of forgiveness, heart opening into your heart and soul here. We'll begin our class by uniting our voices and energies in one sound of Om, and we'll take a cleansing breath to prepare. Let's take that breath in together and exhale it. Inhaling for Om. Have a beautiful class, everybody. Let's open our eyes. We're going to continue to stay seated for a little bit longer. So if you're not comfortable, feel free to adjust, coming up or down off your block. Or I'm just going to change the cross of my feet. So I'm just getting more even in both hips. Now we'll take the hands onto the knees again. As you inhale, we'll dive our way forward and up. And as you exhale, we'll rock back. So really think about stretching the upper back here. Inhale, dive your way forward and up. Exhale, curl, upper back stretches out. We'll get a few more. Exhaling back. I'd like you to go at your own pace. And whether that's faster or slower than me, it makes no difference. Let's get two more. Rock back. And final one this way. And rock back. Let your next inhale sit yourself up nice and tall, shoulders roll down. I'm just going to spin to the side so you can see where we're going a little bit better here. Now as we inhale, we'll stretch the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, fists of fire, come to the hips and you'll start to lean back in a nice long spine now. Inhale, forward and up, reach up. Exhale, fists of fire, start to lean back. Maybe your knees are coming up. A few more here. Maybe as you start to come back, your feet might lift a little bit. Let's continue. Inhaling up. Exhale, strong fists. If your feet are lifting, let's switch the cross of the feet. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, hands to hips. Maybe we switch the feet. Two more. You could always keep the feet down. Switch them if you lifted them. One more. Come back. Now we're just going to unwind the feet. You can hold your thighs if you need to for a little extra support. Roll the shoulders down. Stir the ankles around. If you want to, you can release your hands if it feels good for you. Stir the wrists. You can even kind of kick yourself out and just see what it's like to maintain this strong spine with a little bit of floatiness in the limbs. We'll take one more breath in boat, either holding on or not, but we'll find some stillness. Excellent. Let's just drop the feet down to the floor here. So we're still maintaining this long spine as if we were in a boat. Let's find our Charlie's Angels Mudra, interlacing all but your index fingers. And this has another name, but I can't remember it, so I will call it Charlie's Angels for today. Let's take a big inhale and reach a little forward, and then exhale, come back. Nice. Inhale forward, and then come back. Now maybe you want to widen your feet a bit. I just noticed it feels a little better for me to take my feet a little wider so I can start to come more into the hips. Let's get one more this way. Come back and pause. Maybe the feet lift. If you can, try to take the feet towards each other and the knees wide. Inhale, straighten it out a little. And exhale, take it in. Inhale. Exhale. If it's too much, feet down. And we do it the way we did it before. Last one. Excellent. Let's cross the feet, hands to the floor. Move a little side to side. Just get those last little wiggles out. And now we'll make our way onto hands and knees. So just take yourself there. Doesn't have to look fancy. Coming to a couple cat-cows here. Your knees are under the hips. Hands are a little bit forward of the shoulders. Let's inhale, arch. Let your elbows get bendy. And as you exhale, curl. So we're really concentrating here. Continue on really lubricating and warming up the spine this morning. Also finding the strength of the low belly to help protect the lower back as we move through practice and as we move through our daily lives. Let's get one more this way. And curl. Start to press yourself back towards a child's, but don't move the knees. On your inhale, let's roll up through a cat and then come a little forward into diagonal plank. Exhale, lower belly helps you press back. Two more that way. Inhale, roll your way up and forward to diagonal plank. Exhale, press it back. We'll get one more. Inhale, roll your way up, diagonal planks. Use your low belly to help press you up and back. Now this time we'll start off the same. Inhale, roll forward to diagonal plank. Exhale, slowly lower, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest to the floor. Today for our cobras, we're taking the hands off the mat, finding your little gecko fingers there. You want to tent them on the floor and press fingertips into the ground. As you inhale, lift up the chest, roll your way up, press into the fingers, open up the chest and the heart. Exhale, come on down. Couple more. Inhale, lift up. And come down. So just maybe noticing how different this feels than the cobras with the hands close, a little more opening up in the upper body. One more time. And come on down. Nice. Let's take the hands next to the chest. Press your way up and back. Curl the toes. And let's start to explore downward facing dog now. Pedaling one foot at a time as you bend one knee and then the other. Every time you're on your hands, I want you to squeeze the finger pads into the floor. Full perimeter of your hand is supporting you. And the very middle of your hand might pop up just a little bit like you were a suction cup there. We'll just pedal out a couple more times here. And then we'll start to still our downward facing dog. Starting with the knees bent a lot. Press the front of your mat away from you so you get as long as you can through the spine. Allow your head to just be in line with the spine. It hangs heavy. Maybe you shake it side to side to just let whatever stuff you carried with you into class fall out of the top of your head and be absorbed by the earth beneath you. Let it go. One more breath. Let's travel to the front of the mat. Inhale, look forward and bend your knees. As you exhale, step your feet up towards the hands. We'll inhale for a half lift, keeping the belly strong to support the back. Exhale, soften, knees very, very soft. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to a soft forward fold. We'll do that one more time. This time as you arrive in your fold, we'll stay there for a little bit. If it's too deep for you to keep yourself kind of hanging here, then take your forearms onto your thighs, maybe even widening feet a little bit wider for more stability. And just start to very gently, spine lengthens, hamstrings might start to lengthen a little more. If you've got the space to do it, you could always bring your hands to the floor or blocks, even walking them side to side. Really just let yourself shake off whatever stuff is still left. And we've got plenty of time, so if it's sticky and it didn't come out yet, that's okay. We're just doing our best here. Good. Take one more deep breath in and let it out. To come up, we'll inhale to a little half lift and start to press the hips back. Exhale, press the floor away from you with your feet. Roll up here. Inhale as the arms extend up. And exhale as hands draw to heart. You stand up nice and tall. Lower belly draws inward and upward. Let's find our first sun salutation A. Inhale, arms sweep up. As you exhale, we'll bow and hinge to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step to your downward facing dog. So similarly to how we did on the knees, we're going to try to roll some planks here. Let's inhale, soften the knees, maybe you look a little forward. Exhale, lift hips and wave your body into a high plank. We'll drop the knees on the next exhale and then lower all the way down to the earth. Tuck chin, lift up, cobra pose here. Exhale, press your way up and back to downward facing dog. We're moving mindfully at the rate of our own breath and staying connected to sensations in the body and just noticing where the mind goes. We're going to try that one more time from the top. So let's inhale, soften the knees, look where you're going. Exhale, step the feet to the hands. We don't want to move blindly through practice or life, right? Inhale, halfway. Exhale, soften down. When you're ready, we'll inhale, press the hips back a little. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands heart center. Lower belly draws inward and upward. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, dive down. Inhale to half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, down dog, hands plant. We walk it on back. As you inhale, we'll soften the knees to help propel the hips. Exhale, lift hips, roll to plank. We inhale and hold it like the rock stars we are. And then exhale slowly, lower all the way to the ground. Tuck your chin, inhale, cobra pose, elbows draw back, shoulders roll back. Exhale here, press your way up and back mindfully, downward facing dog. Nice work. Let's take the right leg to the sky on an inhale for 3-leg dog. You can either just keep it up here, maybe coming up and down on the ball of the left foot, or if you want to open the hip for a breath, you can bend that knee. You can even bend it and extend it. Do whatever you need there. When your next inhale is ready, you'll kick it long and back again. Let's find a tiger curl. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Really pick up the hips. Press your fingers into the floor. Again, like that. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, low belly helps lift the knee and round. Let's give another one. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring it forward. No, you could always take the left knee down for these. This time we're going to step to the right hand. Start to slowly rise to a crescent lunge by bending the knee a little in the back and use the front spine to come up to protect the lower back there. We made it. So we're going to take the arms out into some cactus arms here. Maybe soften the back knee a little. Stay for just a moment. I'm going to play around with the arms here. As you inhale, open them up. And then as you exhale, you're going to find that Charlie's Angels Mudra and reach it forward and stretch out the upper back. Inhale, release that. Cactus arms opens you up. Exhale, Charlie's Angels Mudra rounds the upper back. Last couple, inhale, pull it back. Exhale, reach it forward. One more inhale, pull it back. Exhale, reach it forward. Beautiful. Come back to your cactus arms. Now we're going to set the back to heel down wherever it would naturally like to be for warrior one. We still want the hips to be facing forward. You can take your hands down to the hips for a moment. Make sure you feel pretty comfortable here in your warrior one. Everything faces forward. Arms reach up now on the in-breath. Exhale, they come out and around behind. Interlace them here. Grab something if you can't quite reach. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale, bow down as we begin our waterfall warriors. Tuck chin, inhale, roll up. And exhale, bow down. Stay connected to your heart center here as you continue these. We'll get one more rolling up and one more rolling down. Good. Let's roll all the way back up. Release the hands overhead. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to the front foot. Pick up the back heel and realign your feet with the heel lifted. Drop the back knee. We'll find a twist to this side. If you'd like to use a block under your left hand, go for it. Let's take the right arm up to the sky. So opting to drop the knee to give your legs a little rest here. If you want a little extra action, you're welcome to pick the knee up and curl the toes under. But maybe allow yourself to find softness today. One more breath in. And out. Final in-breath. As you exhale, circle that hand down and back. Place it to the floor, and we'll make our way to down dog. Pick up the back knee, curl toes. Step it back. Good job, either pedaling it out here or just staying still with some bent knees maybe. Maybe you're able to straighten these out a little, but really just let yourself be where you need to be. Let's try the left side. Maybe bend the knees a little bit to help propel it and inhale it up. You can keep it there. You can bend and extend. Maybe you open the hip. So just let yourself do what feels best in the moment. On your next inhale, we'll stretch it long and back, level out the hips. Exhale, tiger curl comes in. And I'll show you on the knees just in case you want to take it there. Inhale, you kick it back. Exhale, you curl it forward. One more there. Curl it forward. From there, we'll step to the left hand. And we mindfully arrive in crescent again. Softening the back knee will protect the lower back. Belly strong. Find the cactus arms. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Inhale, open them up. Exhale, Charlie's Angels Mudra. Reach forward. Inhale, pull back and open. Exhale. Two more. This could also be done with the back knee down if you want. One more. Whoa. Reach it forward. Come back to crescent. Spread open. I'm going to hold for a breath. Place the back heel down as we transition to warrior one. You can take the hands onto the hips. You want to press into the outer edge of the right foot here. And then we'll take the arms up overhead on an inhale. Exhale them out and around. Interlacing your hands. We'll open the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Bow. Press to the front foot. Inhale. Lift up. And exhale, come forward. So deep belly and the front foot are helping you come back up. Pressing into that part where the big toe meets the foot. We'll get one more full roll up and down. And down. Let's come back up. Release the arms up and take them down to the ground. Pick up the back heel now, back to the lunge. Back knee can drop. If you'd like a block, use whatever height you'd like under your right hand. Now take the left arm to the sky. Breathe it in and out. If you want to keep the knee down but it's bothering your knee, bring something underneath. Small pillow, rolled up towel. Even a block would work here. One more breath. Final inhale. Exhale, circle, sweep that arm back into the floor. And we'll make our way to down dog. Curl the back toe, pick up the knee, stretch it on back. Let's see how this dog feels. My dog feels a little longer and a little lighter. I hope yours does too. You can either pedal it out or just hold it in some stillness. Let's take one more breath in. Let it go. Coming to the top of the mat. Inhale, look forward, knees bend, press the floor. Exhale, step the feet to the hands. We'll inhale halfway with that strong belly. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift, press the hips back. Exhale, press floor away through the inner foot to roll up. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw low belly in and up. Coming to a chair pose from here. Feet, hips width apart-ish. Maybe a little wider. We want the knees to go the same direction of the toes, so try to have them parallel to edges of mat. We'll take the arms up on an in-breath. And as you exhale, we'll begin to sit the hips back. I generally always start with my arms reaching forward. That allows me to take the hips back a little more. You want to try not to stick the booty out too much or over tuck the tailbone so we've got a nice neutral spine. We'll come back to the cactus arms here. Breathe. Staying here. Focus on your breath. One last round. Great job. Inhale all the way. Exhale, softly float to fold. Bend the knees and arrive. Couple of choices here. Maybe you grab opposite elbows for some ragdoll arms. Opening up the upper back and the shoulders. Either swaying a little side to side if it serves you, or maybe you take it down the middle. Another option would be to take your hands underneath your feet from the front for Tadasana. And if you do that, you can use your hands to pull yourself down a little more, but keep your knees bent so that you don't overdo it in the legs. You can also kind of massage out your hands with your toes, which will make your little down dog hands maybe feel really good here. And noticing that your hands are bent in the opposite direction of down dog, so this is also a nice counter pose for that. Last breath here. On your next inhale, we'll just release whatever grip that we have or take your hands out from under. And then exhale. Good. Let's inhale halfway. Start to take the hips back. Exhale. Press and lift up. Use that spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Give yourself a moment to reconnect to your heart, to yourself. You could always grab a water anytime if you need it. One more breath. All right, getting ready for some side-facing postures. We're going to start with balancing on the right leg at the top of the mat. So either keeping hands pressed together firmly at the heart, which is my preference, or taking hands to hips if you like that better. We'll begin to stand on the right leg. So just keep that belly strong, shift yourself a little bit over, and then we will lift the left knee. Once you're stable, arms can come up, shoulders roll down. We're going to make our way to airplane here. Begin to soften the standing leg. Arms come back and slowly press that back leg. You want the lifted toes to try to point down, so internal rotation there. Keep the heart open. Notice slight back bending quality here. One more breath. We'll land in crescent, best that we can. Toes landed, heel up. Arms lift on an in-breath so you feel all of your glory. And then we'll exhale, drop the heel. We'll come briefly to warrior two, but then right away out of it. So now we're facing the long end of the mat. Let your toes come out just slightly here. I'm going to inhale, the arms open. And then as you exhale with the knees bent, begin to press the hips back and fold your way down. Now, once you get here, let your toes go where they would like so that you can start to come into some lunges here side to side. So you just want to be sure that your knees and your toes point the same direction. So it doesn't matter so much exactly where the toes go. Just kind of feel it out for yourself so that your knees and your toes stay in line and the hips stay healthy. You want to try to take the hips back a little bit so they're not coming in front of the toes. And we'll just find this nice little opening up for the hips. Let's get one more or so. Nice. We'll stop in the middle for a moment. Inhale halfway, and we're going to now parallel the feet to the edges of the mat. And then exhale, fold it down, release. One more breath. Good. Let's inhale to that half lift, wave through the spine. As we exhale, we'll just start to soften the knees. I want you to squeeze the belly and the hips press back a bit. One more inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, press away from the floor to come on up. Good. Maybe roll the shoulders a bit. And now we'll come into our warrior two on the right side. So pick up the right toes. We want to point them towards the short end of the mat. And the left toes point a little bit up towards the left. Back foot either parallel with the back of the mat or slightly turned inward. And we'll spread our arms. Bring your gaze to your thumb. Shoulders actively draw down. Keep that nice engagement of the spine. One more here. Adding an arm variation to help open up the upper back, shoulders, and chest. Take your right hand up and give yourself a little pat on the back for being great. And then the other hand's going to come down and around to the lower back. I'm just going to show you quickly for a moment. So you don't have to worry about try to yank and hold on here. That's not very happy for me. So I'm just actively pressing into the low back to help me get tall, finding an opening through the heart just by that active action of pressing the hands. Just feel as tall and as amazing as you can be here. One more breath. And we'll release the arms, stretch them open. Inhale, little reverse warrior. And then exhale, quick extended side angle. Take that arm up and over. Right arm on the thigh. You can look up if it serves you today, or down if you need more stability. To the side if you're somewhere in the middle. On your next breath in, let's come up to warrior two. Exhale. Coming through center here, let's inhale, arms straight up, pick up your toes, pivot on your heel. Now we're coming to warrior two on the left. Left toes point towards the short end of the mat. Bend your knee. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Last few. Adding the arm variation, left arm comes up to pat your back. Right hand comes to the small of the back there. Open up. Breathe. Maybe lightly engaging pelvic floor to press the air out. Guys, look great. Let's open up the arms nice and big. Flip the left hand. Reverse it back. Exhale for a little extended side angle. So now we're opening up the side body. Maybe sweeping the palm to face behind. Trying not to rely on leaning into that front arm. We always want to press up and away. One more. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Let's inhale, spin on the heel, arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, back to warrior two on the right. Flip the front hand, inhale, release back. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the floor, pick up the back heel and step your way back. Downward facing dog, take a breath. Let it out. Finding where we go on the other side, let's inhale, look forward, bend those knees, and as you exhale, we'll just step the feet up. Inhale halfway. Exhale to fold it on down. Take a breath and let it go. Good. Let's inhale, find that half lift, send the hips back. As you exhale, press the floor away to roll up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We get ready to balance on the left leg. Keep it nice and squeezed in and up just a little bit. Hands, hips here if you like it better. And as you're ready, right knee lifts. And we can start over as many times as we need, right? It's all good. Once you've got it, you can lift your arms. Even if you don't got it, you can try to lift your arms. So we want to go slow and mindfully. Let's start to make our way to airplane. Bend the standing leg to free the hips out just a little. Press and extend back through the right leg. Try to dial the right toes down. Keep the belly lifted up to protect the lower back as you find a baby little back bend here. Stick with it. Land in your crescent. Back toes land, heel up, arms up. Exhale. Warrior two on the left is a transition. And then again, we're going to pick up the left toes, pivot on your heels so you face the long end of your mat. From here, both toes come out a little bit again. We're going to sit down towards goddess. So start to take your hands onto the thighs at first so you can press yourself long with a nice long spine. Again, check your knees as you're going side to side. You don't want to let them start to come forward here. Keep them pressed a little bit back. You can get a little bit more vigorously into it on this side if you want to. Maybe letting one shoulder come down and then the other. Good. Let's come back to goddess and we're going to play around with it. So start to tilt our way up. Now as you tilt up, stop when your knees need you to stop. Now in other words, if coming all the way up is shifting the knees forward, that's too far. So let yourself arrive gently, knees stay over toes. We're going to open the arms up, big stretch, finding eagle arms, right arm comes under the left. You might be able to wrap backs of arms to touch or palms to touch, but if that doesn't work, you can just hold your shoulders and press your arms together. Then we're going to move into a little dancing goddess and let ourselves wave side to side with the eagle arms. A few breaths. Last few here. Guys look great. Great. Let's come back to the middle. Sit as low as you feel comfortable sitting. You don't want to hang down on the joints. You want to stay strong. Squeeze your glutes. Open up your arms, big open. Exhale, left arm under the right, still holding goddess. Let's belly dance it out here with some wavy eagle arms. Lunging a bit here, swaying, trying to get some nice flexibility in the spine if you can. One more here. Let's come back to goddess. Stay here, press the hands. Press elbows. Even if you're here, we have active lock of arms pressing into each other. Keep breathing. 2 for 1 special, heart and hips here. Breathe it in. And out. All right, let's come up tall, pivot on your feet. Open your arms wide. Drop the arms. We just let the shoulders roll. Let them roll the other way. I see Amy reading my mind there. Let's open up the arms now. Interlace the hands behind. Roll it down. You want to soften the knees. Press your way back as you exhale. So now as we fold, we're stretching out eagle arms. Opening chest. You can stay right down the middle. Or if you want to add lunges here, you want to make sure you turn your toes out slightly if you want to add them. And you can lunge in this position. Now, this is just a little side street you can go explore. You don't have to go there. Maybe you prefer, like I think I do in the moment, to keep the edges of the feet just parallel and just kind of chill here. Softening what you can soften. Staying active in the body where you need to so that you're very supported. Last two. Last one. Either keeping hands where they are or bringing them to hips. Inhale, roll, wave, long spine. Exhale, press the floor away to come up. Release the hands, and if you need to stretch the shoulders out again, go for it. We're going to come back to warrior two on the left. Pick up the toes, pivot on your heels, spread your arms. Flip the palm, inhale it back. Exhale, cartwheel down to the floor. Take your way to downward facing dog. Stretch it out. And we're going to take a quick little pause here. Drop your knees. You can spread them wide to get deeper into the hips and take the big toes together. Just let yourself rest. You want to let your head rest on either the floor or a block, or you could fold your hands up underneath you if that felt better for you here. Just allowing yourself to rest for a moment. Coming back to the heart. Self-love. Self-acceptance. Maybe love and acceptance for others or a situation. So whatever it is for you, make it meaningful. Just kind of be open and allow here. We're not a side stretch in, so let's walk the hands over to the right side. And as you're walking to the right, you might reach a little bit longer through the left hand. Find those little gecko or tree frog fingers again and pull the floor. Breathe all the way in and out. Use the breath to open up left ribs. All the way down into left hip, lower back. One more here. Hands walk through center. Over to the other side. Allow yourself to luxuriate on this side. Last few. One more. Good. Let's take the hands back forward. Take one more breath. And let it go. One last super adventure awaits us. Let's come back up onto hands and knees. Curl the toes, lift the knees, and start to push the hips back. Then lift the hips up, explore down dog. Really press fingers, roll shoulders away from each other. That will also help open up the upper back. Try to take right shoulder out to the right, left shoulder out to the left. Coming to the top of the mat as you're ready, bend your knees, look where you're going in breath. Exhale, step the feet towards your hands. We'll inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, send the hips back, squeeze belly. Exhale, press away from the floor, roll up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. So balancing series is next. We will start by balancing on the right leg in our eagle pose. So let's open the arms up. Make sure your feet are hips width apart. As you exhale, we will take the left arm underneath the right. So we either come back here or here. Squeeze low belly, find that seat. So chair legs, eagle arms. From there, we will take the left leg up and cross it up and over the right. Now, it might come all the way around to wrap behind the calf. Some days mine does, and some days it doesn't. Could just hang in space. Or if you need a little extra help here, you can always take your toes down to the floor. Breathe. Settle in. Last breath. Coming back to either Eagle Warrior 3 or Airplane. Start to unravel your leg and send it back. Now we can keep the arms in Eagle, or you can start to release them out to the side like we did before. One more. The back toe has to drop for a moment. It's all good. Let's land in Warrior 1 as you're ready. Back toes down. If you still have your eagle arms, release. Inhale them all the way up. Exhale them out and around to interlace. Inhale, open up. Exhale, humble your warrior. And this time we're going to hang out here. You want to press evenly into front and back foot. Let your head be heavy. Maybe slightly tuck chin. If this is not happening for you, you could always hold a strap in between your hands or a belt. Or if you need to bring the hands to the floor, bring them down. Let's come back on in. Inhale, press to the front foot. Come all the way up. Release the arms up. And we're going to take the left arm under the right. Let's come full circle back to eagle. Lean a little forward. Press up. Left leg tries to wrap. Find your seats. Back to eagle pose we go. Woo! Get out of your head. Get into your body. I can hear the wheels turning in this room. Let's come out. Foot down, unravel arms, sweep them up. And exhale, just heart center. Close eyes. Let's just shake that off. We just got side 2 to do. Coming back to stillness in your own time. Landing in it. Ground the feet. Palms face forward. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. Starting from here, we'll find eagle. Arms sweep all the way up. As you exhale out to the side, to the front, this time right arm under the left. Swivel them around. Lift low belly as you begin to sit your way back towards chair. And as you're ready, right leg crosses over the left thigh, maybe wraps around. See if your knees can point more forward once you get there. Stay. Remember, you could always take your toes down for a little kickstand if you need to. One last breath. Start to unravel your leg, either Eagle Warrior 3 with the arms staying put, or reaching out to airplane. Couple of breaths. If you need to land early, then you land early. Who says it's early anyway, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's late. Land it down. We'll get ready. Warrior 1 feet here. Inhale, open the arms up. Exhale, out and around, behind, interlace. Open heart, lift chest. Exhale, bow forward. Keep pressing into that front foot for stability. And here we are. Let the hips just soften a bit as the feet firmly press. Tucking chin. 2 more. One more. Awesome. Let's come up. Inhale, press to the front foot. Continue to inhale the arms up. Exhale back to eagle arms, taking the right arm under the left. Lastly, coming back to eagle. Step the back foot forward as many little steps. Bend the knee, left knee. Sit on down. So it's a practice, right? So some days it goes well, some days it doesn't. Always goes well to me because we're always learning. Try to keep your heart open and soft. One more. Super strong, everybody. Let's unwind in breath. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Big breath in and out. You guys did great. Let's come to the floor together. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, we will bow slowly down. Inhale to half lift hands onto the shins. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step to one last down dog here. Stretch it out, press the fingers, roll the pits of the elbows maybe a bit forward. That might help. Widen the shoulders apart from each other. One last little waved plank. Bend your knees to help the movement. Exhale, roll your way through. Inhale there. Exhale, drop the knees, and then your whole self slowly down to the ground. I'm going to take just a moment to rest, so you can just let your head face right or left, and reach your arms back there. Continue to breathe. Might feel good to bend your knees and let your feet flop side to side. And we're just going to stay here for another moment, but you might turn your head to face the other way so we equally stretch out the neck. Sometimes I like to make semicircles with my feet or full circles, circling the legs parallel to each other. So just do what feels lovely for your lower back here. We get a couple of back bends while we're on the floor. So let's still the feet. Lengthen the legs up out of the hip creases, maybe by tucking the toes under and just one at a time, kind of walking that out. And I'll bring the head to face down. Let's find those cactus arms again. So bending elbows, open up the palms. We're going to bend the knees and flex the ankles. On an in-breath, let's lift the chest and the thighs. Yeah, the thighs. Try to lift them up by pushing the heels up. This is your skydiver pose. Take 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Use your strong upper back to lift up a little more. And then gently float your way all the way down. Face your head whatever way your neck asks you to, and take a moment. We have one final one here. Let's turn the head to face down. Interlace hands behind you if you can do it comfortably. Otherwise, grab something to help you, or just keep them long. Let's take a breath in with nice long legs. And as you exhale, we'll lift up again. Now this time we're super duper long. So we're long through crown of the head, arms and feet. Toes are really wide open, gives you more strength. 2 more. One more full round. Last inhale. Exhale, we are done. Come on down. Face your head the opposite way. Deep breath in and out. I'd like you to press yourself up now. We're going to sit back on the heels and take your knees together. If it doesn't feel good to sit on your heels, you could sit on something else and put them in between the heels, but hopefully you can feel pretty good here. Just let your hands rest and take your head down, and I'm just going to adjust gently for a moment. Roll the head a little side to side, just releasing any tension in the neck. So we had a very vigorous practice this morning. Now we're just taking it easy here, loosening up. Maybe one more moment. You want to keep your shoulders drawing down as you're here. Good. Come back to center, chin's tucked. And then lift the chin. Use your low belly, even just there. Hands come back to interlace. Roll shoulders down. Puff it up. Try not to overarch here, so still stay nice and long. Worry about the upper back more and chest. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to begin to round your way forward, trying to get your forehead close to the knees and head towards the floor. If it's not comfortable to keep your hands here, you can just let them come back onto the heels. Stay here. Now we're rounded. So we opened up the heart. Now we're kind of holding the heart in and just keeping some of our energy and our giving selves for ourselves. Remembering not to overgive. It's okay to say no sometimes and just to take time for you. Last breath. Good. Let's start to come up on the inhale. Oh, let's release the hands. If your shoulders need something, give it to them. And we're going to make our way onto the back whenever you're ready. It doesn't have to be a fancy transition. Just come on down. Once you get there, we're going to allow the thighs to rest onto your back, chest, as your back rests into the mat. With either wrapping arms around your legs or holding onto the legs with your hands, you're just gently going to rock a bit side to side. Just allowing your bones to make deeper connection with the earth, muscles softening here, and just keeping yourself very safe and loved and keeping connected with the breath. One more here. Let's drop our feet down to the floor. As we arrive there, the heels should be just about under the knees or even slightly further away. Don't take them super duper close to the hips so that you start to feel pressure on the front of the knees. So if you do feel any pressure on the front of the knees, just slightly take the feet a little further. Before we come up to bridge, I would like you to just take your hands to the tops of your thighs, slide them down until the heels of your hands are in the hip crease. Allow your thumbs to come in towards inner thighs and pinky fingers out to the side. And very gently just start to press your thighs away. So we're getting a nice length through the vertebra of the spine here. Decompressing out the lower back. Maybe you can feel that decompression start to travel up through the mid-spine over time. Maybe not today. But the more you work with this gentle pressing, the looser the lower spine gets. And then that stretch can start to travel up a little more. Maybe you'll even be an inch taller when you leave class today. Let's take one more breath. And let it go. Good. Let's drop the hands alongside us. Open the palms. Press your fingers to earth. Take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, find a pelvic curl towards you. Press your back into the mat. And then continue to lift the hips up to bridge. Finding your back bend. Maybe walking shoulders a little closer to each other under you. No need to start drawing them further down and away. Just bringing them underneath so that you have a meatier part of your body to rest on. Getting on those strong shoulder muscles. You can keep your hands where they are. Or if you want another interlaced option, you can interlace them underneath. Not necessarily, but if it is for your body, then go there. You want to continue to press up and long through the front body as if your knees were trying to get further away from the shoulders. See if you can start to really feel the opening in the upper hips, the hip flexors opening up right where it connects into the torso there. Another big breath in and out. We're still here. One more. On your inhale, walk the shoulders out. As you exhale, lower down from the upper back, mid back, lower back, hips land. Back for spinal traction again. Hands slide to tops of the thighs into the hip crease. And just gently press away. Couple of breaths. And one more. Beautiful job, everybody. Just let your hands drop down. Toe heel your feet wider so you can feel half mat and half floor under your feet. And you can spread your arms out a little wider, maybe more towards shoulder height, palms down. We're just going to let the knees rock to the right. We'll inhale them up through center and allow them to rock to the left. Just getting in a little release into the hip joint and the lower back. If it feels good for your body to let your head join in on the fun, you can rock it to the opposite direction of your knees. So then the cervical spine is enjoying this gentle dynamic twist as well. And then whenever it feels right for you, you'll allow your knees to land right. Maybe head faces left, or you can face straight up. Completely soften everything here. Just let yourself be. Even consider flipping the palms up now since we're not moving any longer. So the heart feels maybe a little bit more open. Arms might be more comfortable. For a deeper sensation of stretch in the hips and the lower back, you can pick up your right ankle and place it onto the left knee, right on the outside. Now, if as it's there and you're starting to feel the weight get a little heavier and you discover, I think that's a little too much for me today, then you take it right back off. So a sensation in the muscles is good, but if there's a strong sensation or even just a little iffy sensation in the joints itself, you want to back right out. Let yourself stay here for several breaths in and out. Last few. And one more. If you did put your ankle onto your knee, just lightly take it off. And then you'll let yourself rock your knees from side to side once again. And the head might join in, or maybe it doesn't. You can keep the palms up, or if it feels better to flip them back down as you're moving. It's just self-discovery, right? That's all it is. Eventually they'll land to the left when your hips, knees, and spine are ready. And then as they land to the left, you might choose to look right. You might choose to try to lift up the left foot and put it on the right knee. And since we almost never are the same on both sides of our body, what feels good on one side might not feel so good on the other side. So you can just use that information. Maybe noticing you might need to stretch a little more on one side or strengthen a little more on one side. Just because your ankle was on the knee on one side doesn't mean it's right to have it there on the other. Just a few more here. Last one here. Perfect. Let's just take it off, ankle off knee. We'll look up towards the sky. You can just windshield wipe a couple of times there just to loosey-goosey it up again. We're just going to take our feet onto the floor, hips width apart. Right leg comes up to the sky. Hold on to your thigh. You just start to soften your knee. Very gently drawing the leg just a little closer to you here, just stretching out the hamstring. And then if you feel like you want to move your foot, you can. One more big breath. Let's cross the right ankle over on top of the left leg, pausing in figure 4. I like to keep my hands on my hips here, down on tops of the thighs, add the spinal traction in. You can follow there, or if you like to take your fingers underneath the left leg to try to draw the legs in a little bit closer to you. That might feel better for your hips. Yes, I like to, whenever I do that, I tend to circle my left knee a couple of times, out and in. So allow yourself to discover your own nuances in your poses. One more breath here. Take your final round. Good. We'll drop the left foot to the floor if you lifted it. Right foot makes its way back to the floor. Left leg to the sky for hamstring stretch. You can either hold the thigh interlacing. Some of you prefer to reach up for the calves. That's fine too. You want to make sure your knee is not totally straight as you start to draw the leg a little closer. So when we straighten out the legs in a hamstring stretch, the stretch tends to go right down into the attachment at the hip. Overstretching that area can cause injuries over time that are very hard to heal from. So there's no need to try to look like that perfect picture that you saw in a book one time or whatever. It's all about self-love and self-discovery. You can move your ankle if you wish. Finding figure 4, we'll now cross left ankle over right knee. Open the left knee up now, maybe adding the spinal traction for a moment to help the spine lengthen out. Staying there, or if you prefer to take interlaced fingers underneath the right thigh and draw the leg closer to you, go for it. Either settling down in a lovely stillness or finding gentle circles with the right knee. Not only opening the hips there, but massaging low spine. And those circles can go both ways. Finding stillness if you'd like, or continue to circle as we stay for 2 more breaths. And one last one. Awesome. Let's take our foot down if it's lifted and left foot to the floor. If you have a block, let's grab it. Lift your hips up. Place the block underneath your sacrum. So just use the very lowest height of your block here. You should feel no pressure on your lower back. So if you do feel any pressure, you just want to take the block a little further away. We'll just take our legs up to the sky for a gentle inversion. Let your palms face upward to help open up the heart. You can stir the ankles or just allow yourself some stillness here. Let's take 5 breaths. So we work hard and we play hard, but we have to balance that with rest. Sometimes we can get stuck in that go, 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 revved up place, which not only can just totally stress you out, but it also can cause illness as your body is not allowed to go back into its restful parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system that helps heal you on a physical level, but also on an emotional, soulful level as well. The mental benefits of resting is incomparable to anything else. Anytime you're having a rough day, I definitely recommend a little meditation just to help bring you back into the present moment and into reality, not that reality we create in our own minds. Let's take one more here. Good. With or without the block, you're going to take your right knee into your chest for wind relieving pose and stretch the left leg very long. Flex both ankles, get as much stretch in between the legs as you can, putting a nice natural curve into the low spine. Really pull the right knee in and up. On your next breath, let's switch the legs. Start to take the left knee in as we stretch the right one out. Use your strong, gorgeous arms to take the knee up. Press your opposite foot away, flex ankles. One more breath. And our final pose will be a stick pose. With the block becomes a happy little rainbow. Open your legs long, both of them stretch long, both arms reach back. Just let the block support you. If the block isn't there, let the floor, the earth, support and cradle you. Last few here. Maybe one more. If you would like to stay here longer, please enjoy it as long as you like. If you're ready to make your way to Shavasana in a more traditional style, you will start to bring your feet to the floor, arms along sides. You can scoot your block out from under you. Lay yourself fully down on the mat if it's okay for your lower back. Otherwise, you'll put your feet on the floor, bend your knees, and maybe them kind of knocking towards each other there. That's a beautiful way to be. Beautiful way to rest. We'll just let ourselves stay, sink in, allowing the physical benefits of your heart opening practice settle in, allowing the mental and more soulful benefits of your heart opening practice just completely cradle and hold you. Release the thinking mind and just be. The thoughts will come, but let's practice letting go. And just practice letting go as many times as you need to. And one day you might discover that it's gone. As you're ready, you'll start to wiggle toes and fingers, stir wrists and ankles. If it is your preference to remain laying down, please do. If you would like to take your final namaste in a seated position, start to draw the knees in. Give yourself that last big hug, giving yourself some thanks for showing up. That's always the hardest part, right? Just getting to the mat. The rest is easy. Roll to one side. Press yourself to seated if you're going there. Come back to your easy seat, and hopefully it's easier now that we've gotten the hips nice and open during practice. And we'll once again take our hands to prayer at the heart, thumb knuckles to the center of the chest, sitting up tall and proud with the shoulders drawing down. We'll close with the sound of Om, taking a breath to prepare, draw it in, release it out. Inhaling for your Om. I thank you all so much for joining me this morning and allowing me to be a part of your yoga journey. The love and the light within me deeply honors the love and the light within all of you. Namaste, dear yogis. Yay! Thanks, guys.